AITA for telling my husband he should have just married a white woman. Taught as a black woman with a white husband. When I lost my bonnet, he went to Target late at night to grab me a few new ones. You can't marry a black woman and not want her to do black woman things. Disgusting slave comment 2. WTF is he thinking? Don't let him gaslight you. This started with him putting what he wanted over you and even trying to force you to do what he wants and saying it looks like a slave to sway you away from it. My BF knows damn well he needs satin pillowcases at his house. Yeah, if I was in a relationship with a black person or somebody who wrapped their hair at night, I might ask how it worked, or oh why are you wrapping your hair for bed? The first time I saw it, because I'm a white girl who doesn't have the same hair needs, but that would be for curiosity and to learn. I'd never make such a racist comment, like you look like a slave or hide their scarf. I'd be mad if my boyfriend hid my hair ties because I put my hair in a messy bun-on ponytail for bed. You have every right to be mad at what he did, and he should have learned from his mistake when you told him why you needed it and that the jokes aren't funny. Wait, so he said, "Are we doing slave tonight?" But you made him feel like a racist? Go ahead and call the race therapist a sap. Also, you need backup scarves. C's. I have like 4. Hide my shite. Try me. Right. When she said she shouldn't have brought race into it, I was like, he's the one that brought race into making those slave comments not once but repeatedly. At least he's willing to see a counselor about it. That seems hopeful, right? I feel like the only reason he wants to see a counselor is because he thinks the counselor will agree with him. Absolutely, that's why he wants to go. I think Op should oblige his wish and get a front row seat to the therapist explaining why you shouldn't call your wife a slave, aside from the first joke, which Op said made sense and was kind of funny the first time. Why he shouldn't hide his wife's possessions, and why he can't seem to respect her decisions about her own hair and what she does with it. It's not his right to run his fingers through her hair when it's not something she wants. I mean, I'm white with curly hair and I'd be pissed if someone started finger combing out all my curls. It takes so much effort to make hair look really nice. How dare someone mess with another person's routine? And to make it worse, there's historical issues with white people trying to control black people's hair. He should have kept his mouth shut or said, "Oh, now I get to see what you do that makes your hair so gorgeous. It's different from what I expected, but the results speak for themselves." Apostrophe. 100% this. The racial undercurrent aside, why did he think it was appropriate to hide her possession that she voiced she needed? That is the action of a child, or someone who has neither the mettle to tolerate, nor the vocabulary to maturely deal with something they meet that they don't like. Sounds like someone who could benefit from therapy to me. NTA, you made him feel racist because he was being racist. It was really mean of him to make those comments and hide your scarf. I think you should go to counseling, if only to have a third party tell him how wrong he was for doing that to you. For real. It's insane to me that making someone feel bad for doing something racist is seen as almost as bad, or worse, than the racist act itself. WTF. I can't believe he said those things to you. You brought race into it because he said something racist. And fucking rude. He needs to get some racial sensitivity training / racial history classes or something. But it seems typical he wants you to come to do the work for him. And he's shifting the blame to you. Some people struggle to recognize their racist actions as they don't hold racist views into their opinion, and don't recognize they can do and support racist structures without believing overt racist ideology. Hubby needs to apologize and then take a crash course in white privilege. Does Jane Elliott do house calls? We need to clone Jane Elliott and have her spend a month in every white or mixed household. I think. Since we can't do that, Op should go to couples counseling with her husband so the therapist can agree with her. Also, specifically choose a black therapist. Although a black therapist would be more likely to understand the issues here, I suspect with her husband's racism he'd be less likely to believe one. I think they need a race-aware white therapist so that Op's husband can hear that he's being racist from one of his own. Sad but probably true. Also why it's so important for white men to stand up for equal rights. NTA. He was being racist, though. You might tolerate or be forgiving of the slavery jokes, but another black girl might not be. Not sure why he's upset he was made to feel racist when he was being racist. Keep wrapping your hair. Get counseling for your BFS maturity. I hope he treats you better in the future, or you find someone more respectful. Exactly. He brought up race issues first when he started commenting about her looking like a slave in bed. I mean, if you do the counseling with him, that should be the opening statement. He started the race issues when he started calling you a slave, which is just so rude. As Asian American, I sometimes hear my white husband make Asian jokes, but they are used in a funny way that makes me laugh, and used in private, never directed at others, or used as an insult, or over the top. If I do get upset, then he stops and apologizes. The fact he kept going until you snapped, and then he called you out for making him feel racist is not cool. Don't think of him suggesting counseling as you being the problem. He's got issues and you might need the third party for him to realize he was being immature and yay. Racist. Yeah. I'm Arab female and my partner is a white male. We poke fun. I think a lot of interracial / mixed couples do. It's normal and healthy. When it's not normal is when it genuinely hurts your feelings and the partner doesn't stop / recognize that. When it gets a little even more seedy is how this man feels bad for being made to feel racist. That's a bit emotionally manipulative compared to just owning up to a very distasteful interaction / joke. Sorry, just adding on to this. I really hope Op gets the man she deserves though. Seriously. My kids are biracial / black and my 15-year-old son has a super diverse group of friends. Black, white, Asian, Latino, mixed race, etc. He has friends with parents who immigrated from India, Nigeria, Dominican Republic, Vietnam, and China. His friends are always over our house and race jokes are extremely common, but anytime someone crosses the line they are corrected. Really dude? Too far. The other kid apologizes, sorry, bro, and they move on. Never once have I heard a kid go on the defensive. If a bunch of teenagers can apologize for inadvertently offending their friend, then a grown man should be able to do the same for his wife. Hell yeah. NTA. I have 4C chemically straightened hair. In my country almost all women have the same done to their hairs, and we sleep with hair nets. Not even beautiful and stylish silk scarves. And so don't mess with us for that. It looks like he needs a reality check on two things. First being the fact that women have flaws and work to be beautiful, and to that having a black wife is not a pass for racist jokes and to mess with black grooming issues he doesn't understand. Off topic and sorry for asking, but could you be Nigerian by any chance? Dominican actually, but tend to be mistaken by Nigerians a lot. Maybe we have similar appearance and culture? Yes, really similar. I'm Nigerian and I remember my mom teaching me how to crochet hairnets because she insisted the ones from the market were too expensive. Sorry, your comment just reminded me of a nice memory. I want to add here that I'm Dominican and traced our ancestry, also DNA test, and found a big chunk of my DNA to be linked with Nigeria. Since then I have noticed similarities, and many years ago, when I did a study trip to East Africa, read a lot of books by Nigerian authors, and always thought their families sounded so much like my own. It's kind of nice to hear this extra detail about hair. Thanks for sharing. Tafty feels like a racist. It's not because you made him feel like a racist. It's because he is acting like a racist. Referring to your wife as a slave is an extremely racist thing to do. Done once, it would have been a joke in extremely bad taste. Done repeatedly, he's just a genuine racist. All straight facts. Recently you see so many white people getting offended for being made to feel racist instead of actually listening to criticism. Realize they were made to feel racist because they were being racist, and work against being an ignorant buffoon. I'm a black girl with giant hair in an interracial relationship and this would not fly. It was bad already, but I kept reading, and his comments in the morning made it much worse. Gaslighting her to what tab. NTA. As a white man married to a black woman, I can say that I learn new things that are different between us every day. And I have never made race jokes about it. And me and my wife mess with each other all the time. He not only made a racist joke, but continued over and over again. Then he proceeded to hide the scarf that you had explained you needed. Proceeded to complain about how he doesn't want it, even though you need it. You called him out on it, and he got upset. Now he has the nerve to say that you need couples counseling because you made him feel racist. He said racist stuff and you called him on it. He felt racist because he was being racist. He needs to look at himself and realize that his behavior was not acceptable, and he needs to apologize. Everyone is focusing on the joke, but ignoring the fact that he's completely dismissing her needs and experience. It's like he thinks this is outside my understanding. It must not be important.